Alright, what's going on, everyone? Nick here from Velocity Trading, and you guys been asking for it, so here we go. Here's gonna be the educational video I'm gonna be putting out. It's gonna be on my daily trading process and the process that newbie traders should take to get to the next level. So it's gonna be a really in-depth video. Haven't put any videos out like this in a long time. Probably since we took off the break from the stream. So make sure you guys are taking notes, and I'm gonna get through I'm gonna go through this process. All right, let's get going. All right, so first thing I do every day, every morning I wake up 6 a.m. Eastern time. And I do all my pre-market stuff. So that could either be taking out the dogs for a walk, maybe taking a shower, eating. So make sure you guys are getting up early, before the pre-market even opens. I highly recommend that. Unless you're trading options when, options don't really open up, until 9:30. But either way, very important to, get up early or be an early riser, because if you're getting up 8:45, you're rolling out of bed, you're gonna be at a big disadvantage. You're gonna have guys who have all their game plans written out, their watch list written out. And like I said, trading is all about having an edge, and you want to have an edge over your competitors. So getting up early is very crucial. A crucial thing that you guys need to get into habit of doing. So every morning I get up at 6 a.m. Alarm goes off, and I'm doing all my stuff I need to do to get out of the way before the market actually opens on up. So that's step number one of my trading process. Step number two, reviewing all my A plus setups and read over all my notes to keep myself disciplined. And that's a big step that I don't think many traders do, but this just reinforces that crucial trading skill that everyone should have of discipline. Discipline is one of the biggest skills that traders need to have. It's very easy to break that habit of not having discipline, and it can get you into deep waters. So having that skill of discipline and improving on it is crucial. So every day, I have my A plus setups stamped to my desk. So each morning I'll look at my A plus setups just to get an idea. Like, all right, this is my A plus setup. This is what I need to look for. It's an example, even just a picture of it. Just having those A plus setups in front of you is so important, so you could see. All right, this is my WTS pattern. This is my day two pattern. This is my gap and crab pattern. Just seeing them in front of your desk just reinforces the idea of, like, all right, this is what I need to look for. I don't want to look for this garbage and trade this shitty setup. You want to be trading proper, good, high quality setups. So having those in front of you, seeing them every morning, just reinforces that that mentality in your head that these are what I need to be taking, not this. Also, I have notes that I look at each morning, and I just go through them each morning. One that says be disciplined, one that says set a watch list with a game plan. If I don't set a watch list with a game plan, I take no trades. Another one is don't force a trade, let it come to you. Have my lines drawn out, each and every morning. So I have all these notes written out in front of me at my desk. Another one, 40% on max size. Do my DD on each stock. Only add to winners. Just stuff like that, just have a bunch of sticky notes in front of you, in front of my desk. Just read them each morning. Just also reinforces that discipline skill that a lot of traders talk about. And they ask me all the time, like, Nick, how do I improve discipline? Yes, a lot of it comes with experiences. Maybe getting burned on a bad loss. Sometimes you learn through painful experiences, but maybe you're just a naturally disciplined person. Having just good daily habits, will improve that discipline skill too. And then this step as well, having everything out before you even start trading, having the sticky notes out, seeing your A plus setups in front of your desk. So all that, builds that crucial discipline skill in trading. And one other thing, I used to do this. I mean, sometimes I'll do it. I used to actually like sign like a contract, like just like a physical contract in front of me, in front of my desk. Be like, all right, so I'm signing this, and when I sign this, I only will take A plus setups. I'll only take good proper setups. I'm not going to take low quality setups. So I mean, if you want to do that, you can. I stopped doing that. I mean, maybe I should still keep doing it, but I mean, if you guys want to take it to extreme level, I mean, just sign that contract. I feel like that's another good way of keeping yourself disciplined. All right, so now my third step is looking over my day two plays. So this is still before the market opens. So all this is happening before the market opens. So yeah, like 9:30, 9:40 after I'm whatever, I went on my jog with my dog or eat breakfast, whatever I just finished up doing. I'll sit at the desk. I'll have my broker open. I'll look through. All right, what ran yesterday? All right, KOL ran yesterday. Cool. Does it have a gap down? Wait to see if it has a gap down. If it does, cool. I'll map out yesterday's resistance lines, and I'll be like, all right, when this spikes into this resistance line, if it's low volume and the price action is looking pretty weak, I'll have to take a short. So I'll look for possible day two setups, or if we have one that may have a little bit of potential for a day two long, which I usually don't take day two longs, but very rarely will I take them. But I'll see if it has a gap up and has good pre-market volume. Then I can consider a day two long. But majority of the time, my day two setups, look for shorts. I'll look for shorts that are spiking into prior day resistance, and I'll look to take those setups. And those setups come before the pre-market opens because they spiked yesterday. So those are the only setups that I'll look for that have some potential. Other than that, everything else will be off the gappers and what's gapping up that day. So that goes into my next step of my daily process. So now 7 a.m. The pre-market has opened. Now we're starting to get gappers. Now these gappers comes in waves. So we'll see a 7 a.m. gapper. We'll see 7:30s. They all come in waves, the news. So you can see Fran, for example. Let's see, this one started pretty early. This one started at 7:30. So this one came out at 7:30. I'm not sure if the news exactly came out at 7:30, but that's usually how it works. It's usually 7 a.m., 7:30, 8, 8:39. And those PRs comes out in waves. After the PR comes out, we see volume and momentum moving to these plays. So FRAM, for example, came out at 7:30. So this process usually takes a little bit longer. It could take an hour, hour and a half. But basically just reviewing each gapper and coming up with a thesis for each play that gaps up. And I put it through a process. I have a process called bullish versus bearish factors. And each play that's gapped up, I put it through the process and go over the factors. For example, Fran. Let's use this one as an example. All right, for example, Fran, 2 million in float, so under that 3 million mark, that's considered a low float. Very high short float at 42%, and extremely high amount of institutional ownership. So this one, I'm not going to go through all of it because that's not what this video is for. The video is for the process. Yeah, if you guys want to see my full depth analysis on Fran today, it was on the live stream. So basically, Fran, I put it through the process, and it came out as a bullish play. So like, all right, Fran, I now see it as a bullish play. I'm now going to look for potential longs on this if it sets on up to my trading strategies. But, always have to confirm what volume and price action. So even though you put it through the process, there's still another process after that. And that second process is volume and price action. And if it meets that process as well, then I could look for my setup. And then I could look to long or short, depending on my my thoughts on it. Alright, so that leads us into the next step. So after I put my trades through my process, see if there are any pre-market setups while putting together my watch list for the day. So this one's a little bit weird because you may be thinking, oh, Nick, you're taking trades, but you didn't put together your watch list. But it's different. Pre-market, these plays are happening extremely quickly in pre-market, so we don't really have time to, type it out, put it in a watch list because, it's happening very quickly. These news plays come out quick. And a setup could form within, 5 minutes, maybe even less. So, so sometimes I will be looking for pre-market setups while putting together my watch list. So, for example, Fran, this one, came out at 7:30, and I was looking to long it, like, between this time frame between 7:40 to like 8 o'clock. So, very quickly, within this time span of 20 minutes right there. So, I'm not going to put together a watch list for the day, if it's happening in pre-market for it. After the fact, I will put in my watches for what I expect after the market opens on it. But I'll look for pre-market setups, before I put together my watches. But now into the next step. So putting together my watches for the day. After I've gone through the process of depending if it's bullish or bearish, so long or short. And then After I gone through that process, I'll make my my watch list and my game plan for what I expect to happen on the play and what I want to look for. So, for example, CANF. For example, this one didn't have any my game plan on it. It's just an example of like how I'd write my game plan. So I'd type it out in my notepad. All right, CNF, no bias at the moment, but if it pops and it has weak volume into the spike, I'll look for a short, risking pre-market highs. So that's kind of how I go over my watches and my game plan. It's very crucial to have a game plan. You can't trade without having a game plan. You're just gonna be lost. You're not gonna know what's going on, and you're just gonna take bad trades. So it's very crucial to have a detailed game plan watch list. Every good trader has a watch list. I don't know one good trader who doesn't have a watch list with a game plan. It's just helps you prepare for the day, and it's just so crucial. I can't stress that anymore. How important it is to have a game plan with a detailed watch list. All right, so now over that step, obviously make sure your game plan correlates to your A plus trading setup. So this is very important too. You may have a watch list set, but then you got to think to yourself: does this correlate to my playbook? Is this a setup that I have in my playbook? And if it's not, maybe you should reconsider putting that into your watch list and trading that particular stock or trading that particular game plan you have. So it's something to keep a note. Some people may overlook that and not see that step. But how important is that your game plan correlates to your trading playbook? So a very important step right there that I feel like some people may do. It's easy to put together a watch list for a particular stock, but is it correlating to your playbook? Very important. All right, next step, market opens. So not really much to say about the setup about the market opens. So obviously the market opens. Make sure you're looking for some good setups. Make sure you're sticking to your game plan and you're trading off that game plan. If no stock sets up how you like it and they're not correlating to your playbook, there's no trade. If there's no edge, there's no trade. Why are you gonna take a trade if none of your plays on your watch list set up how you liked it, and you're not seeing any good setups on that particular day? Like for example, yesterday I didn't make any trades. I had a watch list with a few stocks. None of them played out how I wanted to. And I didn't see any good trading setups, so I didn't trade. So there's gonna be days you don't trade, and that's perfectly fine, But as long as you stuck to your game plan, you did a good thing that day. You should be proud of yourself. All right, but step 8. So I'm done by 11:30. So 11:30 comes, liquidity's died out, lunch hours kick in, and the stocks have trade less volume, and there's just less action going on. So I usually be done by 11:30. Very rarely will I trade lunch hours. I'm not gonna completely say, oh, I never trade lunch hours. I'd be lying. Sometimes I will trade lunch hours, but very rarely. So during that time, it's good to get out, decompose for a little bit. Maybe go get some lunch, go to the gym. Just I don't know, take a nap, read a book, or do whatever you want to do during lull time. After that, I usually head back on the computer around 1:30. 1:45ish and looking for some power hour plays. 2 p.m. usually a good time. We see some of these plays start to kick back in. You start to see some more volume move on in. Right around that 2 p.m. mark. So it's a good time to hop back on. But I know a lot of traders don't do that, and I also would be lying to you if I said, yeah, there's some days I just don't go back on and I'll be done for the day. But I always make sure these other steps get done. So sometimes I won't hop back on at 2 p.m. if it looks slow. There's no obligation. You have to be here, the entire day. You shouldn't be at your desk, the entire day. People think day trading is, I'm trading the entire day. No, that's not how it is. I know traders who just trade pre-market and they're done. I know traders who trade the first 15 minutes and they're done. It totally depends on your setup, what your trading strategy, and what type of trader you are. Swing traders, they may not even show up for a day. And, it just totally depends on what type of trader you are and how you trade. All right, next, very important step. These 3 steps right here, a lot of traders avoid, and I think this is a big mistake that you're making. People get off at 4 p.m. Like, all right, I'm done for the day. I'm done trading, or even earlier. People may get off at 11. Be like, all right, I'm done for the day. Trading's so cool. I could just do whatever I want now. I'm my own boss. I don't need to do anything else. But no, 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 no. No, that's not how your attitude should be. You have to make sure you're doing these 3 steps right here. Journal and tag your trades. And it doesn't have to be in TraderView. It can be in Excel. So what I mean by this, journal and tag my trades. Nick, what do you mean by that? So journaling and tagging your trades. Basically, after you're done trading, and this in this step, maybe I should have done this after, but I'll get into the next steps for the newbie traders after. But just for, I already almost finished this process, so I'm just going to keep going with it. So basically, after you have a playbook, after you've done all those steps that maybe you guys haven't gotten that far yet, make sure you're journaling and tagging your trades. So, let's just say, for example, I don't know, I'll just use CNF because it's here. All right, so this will fall into the the gap and crap setup. So we had a gapper, had a quick pop, and it dumped on off. So this was an A plus gap and crap setup. So after the day, I'll go over to my trader view. I'll go in here and I'll tag my trades. I'll go to import trades, or whatever it may be, and just make sure you guys are importing your trades there. Yeah, I don't want to show you guys because I don't want to give away any of my account info there. So just make sure you guys are. I can't show you there on TraderView because I don't want to. I know some sensitive info in there, so I'm not going to show you how you tag your trades through TraderView. But basically, you go to import your trades, or maybe your broker's already linked to it. So automatically, that's how mine is. So mine automatically, after I made a trade, it just transfers over there, and it shows all my trades for the day. And for each trade, I classify it. So let's say for CNF, so I traded CNF today, and it was a gap and crap setup. So after it imports, I'll go in there and I'll tag my trade. So I'll put CNF gap and crap setup, and I'll have all that documented in there, and now that factors over into my playbook. So I'll have my playbook there on TraderView, and it'll show each of my trading strategies and every single trade for my trading strategy, which is so good to have. It's so good to see all your setups you've been taking and having all that information there. And let's say you guys don't want to pay the $50 for TraderView. You could do the same thing in Excel. I used to use Excel before I moved over to TraderView. It just saved me a lot of effort and work. Just easier for me on TraderView. But for Excel, you CNF, let's say you traded CNF today. Put that in your Excel. Have the cells formulated out. So maybe you have 4 trading strategies. So have gap and crap, WTS, pre-market long. So have all your strategies there, and each time you make a trade, make sure you're transferring it over to wherever it may be, and just having the examples. So now that gets into the next one. So review and document your trades. So I traded CANF today, gap and crap. So I'll review. All right, was this an A plus setup? Yes, it was an A plus setup. Why? Explain why it was an A plus setup. Or maybe you traded, I don't know. Let's say you traded Fran today and you shorted. Was this a good setup? No. Was it part of your trading strategy? No. Make sure you're documenting that. So I have a section in TraderView where it's called non-niche. So let's say I screwed up today and I was like, I took a bad trade today. Made a mistake. Make sure you're documenting that mistake and putting that into the non-niche category. No one's a perfect trader. You're gonna make mistakes. There's gonna be times where you slip up and you don't take a niche setup. And make sure you're documenting that and putting that in your TraderView or your Excel, or your notebook, whatever you're putting it into. It doesn't matter. You could use anything, but just make sure you're reviewing that and going over why you took this setup, maybe why it was a mistake, whether it was a good trade or a bad trade, or it was an A plus setup or it was an F setup. So just make sure you guys are reviewing your performance each day. At the end of the day, it's good to write out a little summary of the day, the market conditions. All right, today the market conditions were like this. We saw a lot of good long setups today. We saw some good short setups today, or whatever it may be. Just put down the market conditions and just document and write down what you saw today in the market, and just how your overall trading performance is. So each day I'll document and write down how I performed today. So it's a very crucial thing to do, just to journal and document your trading day. So very very important steps here. I can't stress that enough. And then 14 will just be study up. Just doing just watching some educational trading videos. Even myself, every day I'll go on YouTube and I'll go on YouTube and I'll go on 7 Points Capital. So I'll go on 7 Points Capital. This is a professional trading prop firm, all high level traders, and I'll watch the trader takeaway and see how Mike traded. I'll see how Nico traded. These are all professional traders, prop firm traders. I want to learn from them. These guys are more advanced than I am, so I want to learn from them. Or you go on, whatever it may be. SMB Capital. Perfect. That's what I was thinking. SMB Capital, another professional trading prop firm, and I want to see what these traders are talking about, and I want to see what I can maybe learn or take something away from some of these videos. Even though some of you guys may think Nick, you're the best trader and all that. I'm not, guys. I'm not the best trader. I'll be honest. I'll tell you, I'm a good trader. I consider myself a great trader. Am I the best trader in the world? No, I'm not even close to being the best trader in the world. So I want to get better and improve myself, and this is how I'll improve. And also watch some trading podcasts. Chat with Traders. This is my favorite trading podcast. I love watching these videos. And make sure you guys watch up and watch these videos. These guys interview top traders throughout the world from all different markets, crypto, your day trading. Great. This is another good one by Stan Glusman. I like that one. So make sure you guys you're educating yourself, and make sure you're getting some studying, and studying may not just be watching videos. It may be tracking. So study could also be tracking your setups, maybe tracking volume, tracking top gainers, putting together some new indicators, just stuff like that. So that's some little things I'll do. I'll study the volume, study the top gainers. I'll have Excel sheets. So all that stuff goes into my studying. So that's pretty much it. And then I put repeat. So that's basically my whole trading process. I know a lot of you guys asked for it, and there you go. And now I'm going to go over the am I streaming right now? Am I not even recording this? I didn't even realize I'm streaming this. I meant to record this. Shit. Alright, it's whatever. Alright, so I'm streaming this. I didn't even realize. I thought I was recording this. Alright. Oh well. I guess I'll just change the title and just make it into a video. Alright. Is what it is. So I guess some of you guys are listening into this. Alright, so let me get into the newbie trader process. So this is what a lot of you guys are probably want to know. So what's the proper newbie trading process to get to the next level? So number one step for a newbie, I would say, before you even get to the paper trading, before you even start trading, is to gain basic day trading knowledge. So go on up YouTube, guys. Second biggest search engine in the world. There's tons of YouTube videos out there. Go on Investopedia. Just learn basic knowledge. What's a float? What is a stock? What is even a stock? You just learn the basics. Just stuff like that. What is a ascending triangle pattern? What is a bull flag? What does higher lows mean? What does lower highs mean? Those are basic stuff. What is VWAP? Those are basic stuff that you guys should know before you even get into the simulator. You guys got to learn the basic day trading knowledge. And where can you find that? Go on Investopedia, use Google, use YouTube. Just learn the basics. And you can watch my streams too. I'm sure I'll go over some of the basic stuff, but there's tons of day trading knowledge out there. Just learn the basics. So second is paper trade. So before you get to I know a lot of people This is a step you guys may sound like oh Nick, you're lying. No, there's so many people who don't even paper trade, which blows my mind. People just jump right towards step 9. Look how many steps there are before you should even get to step 9. There's 7 steps between there before you should even get to 9. I bet you most of you guys watching this video are going to be at step 9. You have to go to step 1 before you go to step 9. You have to get through these steps before you get to 9. So second step, paper trading, whatever. You can use TD Ameritrade, you can use Dosh Trader. There's tons of platforms out there you could paper trade on, but make sure you're trading on a good broker that has a good desktop platform, has good charts, has good level 2s. I recommend Dosh Trader. You could use TD Ameritrade, is not bad either. I think Webull now is a paper trading account. I don't know if they have one on I don't know if they have one for a desktop, but they definitely have a paper trading platform for Webull, so you could check that out too. But just like I said, just make sure it has a good level 2, good charts, and just make sure you're using a decent platform for when you paper trade. All right. So next, 3. So basically, this is a good step here. Testing the waters. On the simulator, see what type of trading suits you. Every trader is different, right? So, it took me a while to actually find out what type of trader I am. When I actually first started, you guys don't even know. I was trading like pink sheets, OTC. Make sure you're not trading that stuff, guys. So make sure you're trading, small caps, mid caps, large caps, whatever it may be. But just stay away from like the pink sheets and the OTC and stuff like that. Maybe OTC is not terrible, but stay away from like the pink sheets. So it's garbage. Don't mess around with that. But that's what I messed around when I first started. And Alex told me, Nick, you're crazy. Get out of there. And I did. I got out of there. And, at the time I was still in high school, so it's kind of hard for me to day trade. So I did some swing trading. I was doing some swing trading, and I just found that I just didn't like it. I'm getting into it more now, but at the time, it just wasn't for me. I'm like, this is kind of stressful. What if they come out with an offering after hours, and I'm not there? I check on it every 5 minutes. I just didn't have that personality for a swing trader. Everyone's different. Everyone's a different type of trader. So I found out pretty early on that swing trading wasn't for me. Then I kind of moved into some scalping. I actually did scalp for a little while, and it wasn't bad. I liked it at first, but I just didn't like. Eventually, it just didn't work out for my strategy. I just didn't have a high success rate scalping. Maybe now it'd be different, but at the time, I was still a new trader, so scalping wasn't for me when I first started. And plus, I was under PDT rule too, so it was hard. Scalping 3 times a week, is that gonna be able to grow my account? And it just wasn't for me, scalping. I didn't like it. I wasn't a buy the breakout type of guy. Had some big losses early on, and I moved away from scalping. And then I started transitioning into kind of how Alex traded. Alex is a really big influence on me. Alex was a sniper. He traded like 2 times, 3 times a week, even though he's over PDT, and he would just be in and out. Boom, 2, 3 trades a week. Boom, that's it. I was like, Alex, like, how you doing this? And he's like, Nick, I just trade like a sniper. I wait for the perfect setup, and I attack it. And that's just how I trade, and I'm done. I'm not here trading 5, 6 times a day. Maybe 2, 3 trades a week, and it just carries me over, and I'm just consistent doing it, and that really hit me. I'm like, damn, like that's pretty cool. I'm here, scalping. Yeah, I'm not over PDT, but at the time, I'm here scalping, buying these breakouts, and it's just not working out for me. I'm like, maybe I should rely a little bit more on Alex. He's a proven trader. He's been trading for, at this time, I think like a year and a half, and and he really helped me, getting to the sniper mentality of, just focusing on, taking good quality setups with good risk management, good risk reward. And that style suited me, and that's the style I use today. Yeah, I do implement some, some types of scalps, and, here and there I'll take a swing trade. I'm starting to get into some more long-term investing as well. So yeah, that style suits me. So it's very important to test the waters and see what type of style suits you. Every trader is different. So you got to figure out what type of trader you are. Find out your trading personality. People may think they want to trade like me, and that may not be their personality. You may want to trade like come two and be a swing trader, and that may not suit your personality. So find out what type of trader you are. That's step 3. 4, find a mentor or mentors to gain more advanced knowledge. So now you've kind of gone through these 3 steps. You have a paper trading account. You're testing the waters in the simulator, and you're seeing what type of trading suits you. Just every trader is different, and now you kind of want to gain that more advanced knowledge. You maybe start to learn some more advanced terms, like, oh, what is the tape? How do I better reading the tape? Or, oh, how do I start learning the fundamentals? Or, how do I start learning some more advanced things? And this step, is gonna require you to go out, maybe spend a little bit of money, maybe join a chat room, find a mentor, and just learn some more advanced knowledge from an experienced trader. And I don't like throwing names out there, but just this step. I really don't want to throw out names out there, but just be very careful of. This is where many traders will fail. They'll listen to the wrong person, and I even fell victim to this step too at one point. I was in some terrible rooms, and it just really hurt my trading. It took a big cut on my on my trading. I'm just gonna throw out a few names that I don't know for sure. No, I can't say that. There's a few good rooms out there that I would say I'm very confident that these guys are real traders and they're not paper traders or they're not faking. You could check out guys like Nathan, Mitchcap, Masters Underground, what's it called? J Trader. I see him on Twitter. I think he's a very credible trader, a knowledgeable guy. You could even learn from me. I live stream every day for free. I do this here. You guys can learn from me. You guys could DM me. Everyone, you could use me as much as you want, but I think it's good to learn from a few different people, not just one. I know Smash the Bid, he's a good options trader. Sang Lucci's a good options trader. Mad Ass Trading, him and the Short Bear, I followed them on Twitter. I think they're credible traders as well. Who else? MIC guys aren't bad. Who else? My live stream trading, Jeff. I think he's another credible trader. So those are some rooms right there. Investors Underground, he was a big influence on my trading too. Like, I was in his room. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to lie and hide and tell you guys I wasn't in a chat room. I didn't learn from anyone. That's bullshit. I see these guys who run fake-ass rooms, and they say, like, oh, I learned just from Google, just from YouTube. Nah, man. It's stop with the BS. You're lying. Clearly you've learned from someone. You had to have learned from someone, You can't just all of a sudden just become a great trader without learning from anyone. You have to have a mentor. You have to learn from someone who's been successful, who used to be in your shoes, who are now a successful trader. Another guy, Mike Spinoza, Ink Trader, is another good trader, I believe. And when I say I believe, that there's times where I thought traders were real and they come out and be fake. Like they were paper trading, or they were doing some shady stuff. They were pumping. So that's why I say I believe, because it's very hard to trust people in this community. We're all behind screens, like, you don't know these people. So that's why I say I believe. So it's very hard for me to throw out names out there and tell you guys with 100% certainty that these people are 100% credible. It's very hard to tell who's 100% credible. But I could tell you this: these people that I have mentioned so far, these guys are. Even if they're not credible, let's say they are paper traders, these guys, do have good knowledge, good trading knowledge, and I will tell you with 100% certainty that you will learn something from these people. Whether or not, they're credible, but they do have good trading knowledge. All right. So now we're going to step 5. Now that you've taken the leap and you gain more knowledge, so this is after some time. You've been in a trading chat room. You gain more knowledge, and after that, you can now start back testing and putting together a playbook. So it's very hard. You may think like, oh, I want to start putting together a playbook now, but you got to get through these steps first before you can start putting together a playbook. You need this step 5 to put a playbook together. You can't just start putting a playbook at step 2 or 3. That's impossible. You need to clear step 4 before you get to step 6, I mean. So now that you learn from, and you may have to bounce around from a few rooms, or you don't even have to. You guys could really, if you want to learn from me, I'm here every day in the live stream. You could ask me DM me anything, So, but I'm not going to tell you that you can't learn from others. Obviously, I'm encourage you learn from others. Learn from multiple people. Whoever it may be. But just like I said, maybe stick to some of the names I mentioned, or maybe if you want, DM me. I don't want to say it publicly on any video who are these rooms that are pumping and dumping. I don't want to publicly come out and say that. So if you guys are thinking about joining a room, maybe DM me and be like, "Hey Nick, is this a good room or not?" I have some pretty good knowledge in the community, guys. I know those rooms that aren't good. Oh, another good room, guys, Hammer Trading. Hammer Trading's a very good trader. Very good trader, Hammer Trading. He's another good room you guys may want to check out. But DM me before, if you guys are hesitating on a room, maybe DM me and be like, "Hey Nick, is this a good room or not?" Alright. But now, for step 6, now you can start backtesting and putting together a playbook. So how this kind of works, this step, could keep going on, for years. You could keep adding to your playbook and, adding to it and just putting more knowledge into it. So this step could take years, to really, have a full playbook, It took me over a year to get together a complete playbook that I'm comfortable with. I would say make sure you at least have maybe 50 to 100 samples of a trade before you can completely put in that playbook. So this is going to come with trial and error, just keep tracking your trades, documenting them, and once you see a setup working over and over and over again, try and put it over in your playbook, and that will be your first strategy in your book. So it's going to take a long time to really have a complete playbook. This step may be going on, but make sure you at least have like 2 or 3 setups in there before you get to step 9, and make sure you have a consistent win rate. Trading those setups in your playbook. But all right, so yeah, that's gonna be step 6. Step 7, excuse me. Oh, step 6, my bad. So that's gonna be step 6, putting together that playbook. So after you put it together, make sure you have a high win rate on them. So I would say at least 60% winning percentage on it. I have strategies that work 65, 63% of the time that are in my playbook. But as long as you have that good risk management on it, you should be good. So just like I said, make sure you're journaling and tracking those setups in there, and just master your playbook. And make sure you're consistent for 3 months. This is important. People might find success for 1 month using their playbook. Like 1 month, let's go. 75% accuracy, let's go. I'm ready to open this. Ready to go to step 9. Playbook set. Let's go. But with you may have been in a hot market. Let's say you started your playbook in August. August was extremely hot. Now you come into September. Let's say September's now. It's slow. You're like, what the heck? August, I was killing it. All these setups worked in August, and now September, they're not working. So I would say, prove yourself for 3 months. Make sure 3 months should be enough time where you could experience, lows and highs of the market conditions. So make sure you've experienced, slow times and hot times, and make sure you can survive in both with that playbook. So, very important that you mastered those setups for over 3 months, and make sure you have a large sample size of those setups. All right, now we're coming to the end. Step 9, open that real account. After you're consistent for 3 months on paper, and you mastered your playbook for a large sample size, you're ready to open that real account. Now all you got to do is transfer that same proven process that you went through over to the real account, and that should be good. That will be in my opinion, and it's just coming from me, the proper newbie trading process to get to the next level. So you're doing all these steps. Maybe you guys want to screenshot this and that, my process, the newbie process, and just just doing this process. I think will help you guys a long way, especially if you're a newer trader watching this. You go through all these steps. Make sure you don't miss any. Will help you a long way to get to the next level. So I think that's gonna be it for this video. I know I accidentally made it a live stream. A little bit bummed out about that, but maybe I'll try to figure it out to get it over to a actual recording. Hit the wrong button, but I'm not sure if anyone asked any questions. I don't even have the YouTube open. So that being said, I'm gonna wrap up this video or live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys got a lot out of this. My first time making a video like this. If you want, I could do more. And that's going to be it for me. Peace.